So you notice how one thing can go wrong. One thing can be a negative experience in your day, and then all of a sudden another thing happens and another thing, and it's like it becomes a spiral, downward spiral, just over and over. You drop your drink, you catch every red light, you get bad news. It's just constantly, just more and more and more starts compounding, and then you feel like you're having a bad day. Likewise, you can begin to have a positive experience, and then something else good happens, and something else good happens, and maybe somebody pays for your drink or your food in the line ahead of you in the drive-through, and you get all the green lights, you catch all the green lights, and you get good news, and just more and more positive things start happening. There is a reason for that. There is an actual explanation to that, and that is the energy momentum that starts building within. What you accept as your experience, what you focus on as your experience, and what you draw to you as your experience. Because energy begats energy. Energy creates like energy. So if you're having a bad experience, you must immediately be conscious enough to recognize this is creating negative energy for me. This is drawing more negative energy the more I focus on this negative experience, and make a conscious, intentional choice to shift your focus to something positive. It's really helpful and beneficial to have already a list preset in your mind, programmed into your phone, of just positive things that automatically create a positive emotional response within. Whether it's pictures of your children when they were babies, or pictures of your wedding, something that's just positive and creates an automatic positive emotional response. It's a Pinterest app or Pinterest clip that you keep, and you just always put positive, energetic response photos and pictures, things that just automatically shift your energy to a positive vibe. You need to be able to go back to that. So you need to have it somewhere that you can reach and you can get to quickly. Sometimes it's not good enough, it's not beneficial enough to have it only in your mind, because if your mind is bombarded with negativity, it's hard to find it. You don't have the time and the energy to dig through and get to that. You can't remember the things that make you happy. So have a list handy. Have something programmed in your phone. Have something taped up close by or folded up in your purse or your pocket that you can get to quickly, that as soon as you look at it, it has to be filled with things that bring you an automatic positive emotional response every time. And when you look at that, your energy shifts, you move back into a positive space, you begin to emit positive energy, which will automatically, it's a universal law, it's an energetic flow, it's a natural universal energetic flow that is already set in motion. When you put out, what you put out is what you draw in energetically. That's what's going to come back to you. It's an energetic law. What you sow, that you shall also reap. You get karma, or what you put out, you get back to you. What goes around comes around. However you want to phrase it, it's a universal law. What you energetically emit is what you energetically draw and pull in. That's just the way and the workings of our universe. So when you find yourself experiencing a negative circumstance or a negative situation, then immediately, as quickly as possible, shift your emotional response, because you don't want to draw in continual negativity, which is going to create a continual negative experience and just a downward spiral. So when you notice that, like, oh my God, what is happening? Recognize your energetic space, recognize your energetic place, and shift it. You have the power to do that. You have the control to shift your energy. And when you shift your energy, you will shift your experience, and your reality will change. It may sound, really lofty and out of reality, but the only way you can know for sure is if you do it and if you try it. So the way to do it is to have something on hand, close by, easily accessible, that always brings you a positive emotional response. And when you find yourself facing a negative or an, unlikely, unhappy, undesirable experience, shift as quickly as possible back to a place of positive energy and watch the energy shift. It's a universal law. It has to happen. Doesn't mean you're going to just feel 1,000 times better and you're going to be running through flowers and roses, but you will feel better. Your energy will shift. Your experiences will begin to turn, and it will not be such a negative and deep and dark experience for you. It's going to shift. It has to. It's a universal law. Try it for yourself. Namaste.